Welcome everybody, I'm glad you're with me this morning. We're going to start off on our hands and knees to start here. So I'm already just crawling on my knees to my mat, which works out really well. Once we're here, we're going to take the hands right under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees in line with the hips, and then from here we're just going to get some movement in the spine and some pelvic tilting. So inhale, take the shoulders back, take the head up. Open up the chest, see if you can lift the tailbone. And then as you exhale, scoop the belly in, start a pelvic tilt here, just drawing into a cat stretch here, pulling up your belly really high as you hold here. And on your inhale, take it up, head up, tailbone up, opening up the chest. And as you exhale, scooping the belly in. And we're just gonna do this one more time. So inhale, getting that opening of the chest, and then exhale, scooping the belly in tight, draw the abs in a little bit tighter as you pelvic tilt, and then bring it back nice and long. So lengthen through the crown of the head. And then here we're just gonna tuck the toes in behind the knees, and we're gonna just lift the knees up off the mat just to a hover. Hold here, so they're just an inch or two off the mat. Draw your belly up a little bit higher. So even without moving anything else, without changing anything in the spine, keep the shoulders over the wrists, scoop your abs in a little bit tighter, and then let the knees come down. Good, and then go ahead here. We're gonna keep our toes just the way they are. We're gonna take our head up, tailbone up, shoulders back, and then exhale, scoop the belly in, round through, hold here. And then from here, we get to do that again. We're gonna keep the toes tucked in. We're just gonna lift the knees just like an inch or two while holding that pelvic tilt, while squeezing your belly in. So we've got that lift of the knees, holding here, staying for another breath. On your exhale, knees come down. And then we're gonna go ahead and take the feet together, knees apart, and sit way back on the heels. Lengthen out the body here to stretch. So we get some nice long length in the body as we start out here. We're gonna rock forward back to the hands. So just so we can stretch a little bit more. I can make us think we're stretching while we're planking. Walk the feet back and lengthen through the body. So the crown of the head is forward. Draw the belly up and lift the thighs too. So without noticing, I'm lifting the thighs, but I didn't change anything in the shape of my body, so I'm not lifting the hips to do it. On your exhale, now we can stretch back, lift the tailbone up, start to work the chest toward the thighs. You can widen the space between the feet. And as you lift the tailbone higher, start to pull the belly in a little bit more, lengthen the legs, and then from here we're gonna take the knees back down to the mat. And we're gonna shift the feet to one side. So feet are gonna shift to one side and we're gonna sit back on our mat. We're gonna take the feet down to the mat, knees up. So we're gonna have the feet about hips width apart. And as we're here, we're gonna take our hands to our knees. So we already did some pelvic tilting, some moving through the spine. We're gonna do that again. So open the chest, shoulders come back. And as we exhale, draw the belly in. Take that pelvic tilt here, scoop the abs in a little bit more. See if we can come back and round and hold. And inhale, come up. Open the chest and exhale. Scoop your abs in, pelvic tilt forward, round back and hold. This time take the hands off the legs, hold here. See if you can come back just a little bit further. And holding here. Good. Abs are engaged. And we're gonna lift and lengthen all the way back to the top. If you need your hands on your knees, keep your hands there to help you. We're gonna round through, pelvic tilt, come back, hold it here. Good, abs are in, staying here. We're gonna twist first to your right. I'm gonna twist toward you. We're gonna open, turn waist, ribs, and chest, and bring it back to center. As you exhale, turn to the other side, trying to really turn that chest to the side, and then bring it forward. And do that again. Exhale, twist, 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 and forward. Nice. Twist as you exhale, scooping your abs in a little bit more. Good. So we're not moving in the hips, really stable there as we continue that twist. Good. We're going to do just one more here. Here's the last one. And then bring it back to center. Come all the way up to the top. Nice long spine. Good. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then here we're going to take that pelvic tilt and come back and hold. And maybe come down 1 inch, just 1 inch. Now lift up 1 inch and lift down, or come down 1 inch and come up 1 inch and come down this time 2 inches. So 2 inches, hold that. Good. And come up 1 more inch again. And down 1 and up 1 and down 2. So we're even a little bit lower. Good, come up 1 and down 1. One more time, up 1. And then if it feels good for you, you can roll down through the spine. If you need help, help yourself with your legs or elbows to the mat. We're gonna roll all the way down. Hopefully you end up on your mat and you're not like me, right? I'm slightly off of it. So once I'm down here, taking a moment, we're gonna hug those knees into the chest. And then we're going to bring the legs to tabletop. So my shins are parallel to the floor. Hands are down at my sides. So I'm going to scoop my abs in, drawing my ribs in toward each other, really scooping in a little bit tighter. Hands pressed down, and then I'm going to draw up through the head and shoulders. If that feels okay, there's space between my chin and my chest. I'm going to let my arms elevate. If it feels good, you can extend your legs and lower them down to your working level, whatever feels right for you. We're going to start to pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, scoop your abs tighter. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, we're halfway there. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. Last one right here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees in and lower head and shoulders down. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and we can keep head and shoulders up or down for this. We're going to do our single leg stretch. So I'm going to lift head and shoulders up here. You can do either one, whatever's working for you. Right hand is going to come to your right ankle and left hand to your knee. As you extend your left leg out, you're going to pull, pull, and then switch. Take that left knee and pull, pull, and switch. Good. Inhale, exhale, switch, and inhale. And really keeping that connection here to our breath, just as long as you're keeping that breath moving. It's not like you have to do something here. You're scooping your abs a little bit tighter in while you're holding here. Switch my hands. Good. So we're going to do just a couple more here on each side. We're going to do our last 4 and 3 and 2. And last one here. And then stay up at the top. Take your right knee and hands behind your head. See if you can rotate left elbow to your right knee. Really twist and then bring it across. Notice as you twist here, if you can lift a little bit higher, making sure that you're not resting on the mat to twist. You're really rotating again through the waist, ribs, and chest. So we're making that elbow toward that knee. We're using the obliques to turn. We want to feel that turn of the chest again. And we're going to just stay here for a few more. I'm going to count us down. So we're going to get into our last 4, starting back when we get to that right side. And 3 and 2. Last one here, and then we're going to go ahead and come back to center. Knees come in, and we can take it in. We're going to let the feet come down to the mat here. As the feet are down, we want the feet to be, heels to be a couple of inches from the hips, about 2.5, 3 inches. So my feet are about hips width apart. Hands are down at my sides. My shoulders are down and back. Scoop your abs in. Bring your ribs in here. We're gonna keep this as we lift the hips, so we're not opening the ribs to stay here. We're drawing it in a little bit tighter, coming into that bridge, staying here, good. Drawing the abs in a little bit more, holding here, good. And we stay. And we lower. When you're ready, we lower down through the spine, good. And then again here, we're drawing down toward the floor, we're scooping our abs and ribs in, and then we lift the hips. So we lift the hips, we're not too high, we're making that nice line, shoulders, bringing it all the way up. So holding here, let's take the right leg, we're gonna take the right foot off the mat. So right leg is gonna come to a tabletop. And then we're gonna bring that foot down, and then you're gonna bring the left leg up to tabletop. And bring it down. If you don't like this, you do not have to lift a leg here. I like to bring my hands to my hips while I do this so that I can make sure that I'm keeping my hips really stable and I'm not rocking side to side. So that always helps me when I'm here. Abs are in tight as we stay. Good. Abs tighter for your last 4. Good. And 3. Last 2. And then last one here, go ahead and bring that left foot down, lift a little bit higher, pull your belly in, ribs in, stay for another breath, hands rest down here, you're gonna roll down through the spine. Take as much time as you need to come all the way down. Once your hips are grounded, you're gonna go ahead and take the knees into the chest, and we're gonna take the hands behind the knees. So I like to come up this way. If this is not, you don't have to, but this kind of helps you. If you press away with your legs, scoop your abs in, you can roll up. You can also do a roll up with your legs extended and come up. Whatever is working for you. Once you meet up here at the top, then we'll move along from here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring the feet back behind us, and we're gonna come forward. Now we're gonna set up for a plank. So we're gonna come into another plank. We're gonna be on our forearms this time, which works. So hands are gonna come down. Elbows are gonna be directly underneath the shoulders. So the crown of the head is long, so I'm lengthening through the back of the neck. I'm gonna walk my feet way back behind. If this is not working for you, knees can be down, okay? Whatever is working. Again here, notice that I don't need to lift in order to hold. I really wanna scoop my abs in and draw my shoulders over the elbows. The more that I come back with my shoulders, I'm gonna lift the hips. So I wanna really bring it forward. Scoop the abs in and hold. And then from here, take your right knee down toward the mat without moving anything else. Lift it back up. Left knee down. See if you can tap the mat and lift. Notice the hips don't move when you do this. Lift your belly. We're just gonna keep moving from side to side here. Right knee tapping down and left knee tapping. We're gonna do our last 4 here. Good. 3 and 2. Last 1, and here take the knees down. We'll come into our child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, and really stretch all the way back. So we're gonna get some extra leg work. So coming back to the planks that we worked on earlier, we're gonna bring the hands right underneath the shoulders here. If you need to, again, you can always come down to your forearms. And if this isn't working for you, you can take it a little bit further and take it down. So we're just gonna leg lift from here. We're gonna take the feet. If it feels good here, I'm gonna give you an option to make it harder. We're gonna tuck the toes into the mat, and we're gonna lift the knees just an inch. While we hold here, we're gonna lift the right leg out behind us. Hold here, good. Now we're gonna bring the leg down a little and lift a little. And down. Now if this is too much, left knee stays here, right? I can still work with this. It doesn't have to stay up. But if my left knee is hovering, then that's a great place to stay too. So we have options, whatever is working for your body here. Scoop your abs in. Forearms work too for this. 3 more. Good, last 2. And 1, and knees come down. And child's pose one more time. Feet together, knees apart, stretch back. And then we take it back, hands under shoulders. So we line it back up, knees in line with hips. The toes tuck into the mat. And we're gonna lift the knees up to hover. Left leg this time extends out. Hold it out. Good. We're gonna let that leg come down a little and lift a little. And down and lift. Now, if here, again, this isn't working, my right knee comes down, right? I'm still doing this same work, just changing it a little bit, okay? So you can do whichever one is working for you. Abs are in. Keep lengthened through the crown of the head. We have 4 more. Good, 3. Last 2. And 1, nice job, knees come down. We're gonna go ahead, you can turn to the side, you're gonna face me. You can come down here to your right side. So I'll come down to my left, we're gonna come down to where our forearm is rested on the mat. So back to a forearm place that we can stay. The shoulder is over the elbow again. The feet are out to the side. So when you're here, you can stack the feet. You can take one foot in front of the other, or you can always take that bottom knee in, okay? We're gonna come into our side plank. So you're holding here, arm reaches, top arm up, scoop your belly in, lift your hips higher. And lengthen a little bit more through the crown of the head. As you exhale, we're gonna take this top arm down. We're gonna bring it kind of inside along that elbow of that other arm. Twist, twist, twist down, and then bring it up. Inhale up, exhale, scoop your abs in and twist down. And take it up. 2 more. So twist down and up. Good, last one here. Take it down, take it up, 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 hold, and then bring your hips down. Good, from here, coming into some side lying work, so that's good. Hips to the back edge of the mat. We're gonna slide down. So you can use that bottom arm kind of like a pillow to rest on. Top hand is down. Your feet are gonna stack here, slightly in front. You're gonna hold here, lift that top leg, point the toe to lift, flex, bring it down. Good. And exhale, scoop your abs and lift, and bring it down. Good. So anytime we're working side lying work in Pilates, really we're trying to minimize our rocking, right? We're trying to keep the pelvis stable. My ribs are staying in that same place, so I'm not rocking forward and back, right? As I stay here, scooping the abs in a little bit tighter. Working here, we're gonna finish off this side with our last 4. Good, and ready, breathing heavier. 3. Good, last 2. And then 1 more here. And then take the feet together here. I want you to lift your feet up, lift, 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 lift both feet up, and bring it down. And lift both feet up, 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 and bring it down. If that's not working for you, you only need to lift your top leg. Okay, scoop your abs in. We're gonna do 4 more. Good, last 3. And 2 more. And hold up at the top. See if you can take your top leg forward and your back leg back, and then switch and switch. So I'm constantly thinking about drawing my abs tighter so that I don't move anything else. Really stable through my core. We're gonna do our last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. And feet back together, lower down. Good. Top leg is gonna come up just about to that hip height. We're gonna take that leg forward for 2 and bring it back for 2. And forward and take it back. So again, top hand helps you if it's here. Also, you can always be here if you like that. Sometimes I do. Then I can see what you guys are doing if you let me. Right? If we were in a class, I would totally see you. Good. All right, so we're taking it forward and we're taking it back. Good. Abs tighter so that we keep that control. Good. So we're going to finish off here we have our last 4. Nice, yes, we're getting there. 3, we're feeling it, right? Good, 2, and we want to get to our last one. I want you to draw your foot back, hold it back, flex your foot. Hold it there. Abs tighter, squeeze, contract your belly button and spine. Little tiny lift of that top leg. It should be so small, it's not a fast rushing pulse, right? It's a lift and a lower, and it's small, right? Keeping that control. We're staying here. We have 5 more, that's it. 4, you're doing great. 3, 2 more, and 1. Nice. Hold that leg and then slowly lower it down. We're going to go ahead and bend the knees in, and we're going to prop ourselves up. And as we do this, I want you to take your foot that's in front. So that'll be your right foot. You're going to bring it so that foot lines up with your knee, okay, on the other side. We're going to try to ground down that left hip a little bit more. Okay, I want you to turn to your side. So turn. Abs are in. Get that nice twist in our mermaid here, which is really nice, right? So a hand that's in the back, that's our left, or that's your right hand, stays on the floor. The other hand comes behind your back. I'm still facing that side in that rotation. I'm going to bend my elbow and come down toward the mat, any amount, like a little push-up, and bring it back up to the top. And do that again. Elbow comes in, I lower, and then I lift back up to the top. Nice. And I'm coming down, elbow stays in, and pushing up. Good, we're going to do our last 4 of these. And 3 more. And 2. And last 1. And then here's where it gets more fun. Bend your elbow and come down and hold, okay? Scoop your belly up a little bit higher. You're going to take that left leg and you're going to lift it up and bring it down. And you're going to lift it up and you're going to bring it down. I'm still holding in that other arm, right? So right arm is like, I'm holding here, lifting that leg and lowering. You're doing great. We only have our last for this side, okay? Good, and 3. Last 2. And last 1 here. And then bring the foot down, come all the way up. We're gonna shift our feet to the other side, come into our side plank. So we're gonna take left shoulder over elbow, extending the legs out to the side. This is where you can stack the feet, scissor the feet, right, with that top foot forward, or always take the bottom knee down. So belly is in, you're gonna lift up, top arm up, squeeze your belly in, lengthen through the crown of the head, holding here. On your exhale, you're gonna scoop your abs in a little bit tighter, twist down, taking that right hand kind of on the inside of that opposite elbow, and then come all the way up. Inhale here, exhale, big twist down, and come up. Beautiful, we only have 2 more. That's what's even better. Good. Last one here. And come up, lengthen, 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 and then lower down. Nice. So here we're gonna come down for our side line. We're gonna come down all the way, slide down. Good. So we can use that bottom arm as a pillow, top hand in front. Abs are in, hips to the back edge of the mat, feet slightly forward. As we take that top leg, we point to lift, flex to lower. Good. So here, this is where we don't need as much of that top hand down. We can always keep our hand here, right? Bring it to the hip, or even hold it somewhere behind the head, if that works better for you. So whatever's working as we keep this stability. Scoop your abs in a little bit tighter. Draw your belly in. Good. So feel that almost like you're contracting as you lift. That's going to help you hold in place. We're going to stay here. Last 4. Good. And 3. And 2. And last 1 here. Good. and take that top foot down to meet with the other foot. Abs are in tight. We're gonna lift both legs up and lower down, and both legs are gonna lift. If this isn't working for you, top leg only, you can lift again, okay? Abs are in tight. We're keeping that top hand in this one down so that we can maintain our control and our stability. We're gonna stay for 4 more. Good. And 3. And last 2. Good. And hold up at the top here, hold. We're gonna take that top leg slightly forward, back, leg back, and switch. And switch. And switch. Abs are in tight, and we switch. And we're just keeping our control here. It looks great, we're staying. It looks awesome, I know, I can just tell. Hold here, good. All right, keep the hips stable for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and then go ahead here, feet together, lower the feet down. Good. Top leg comes up, it's about at hip height. Scoop your abs in a little bit tighter. We're gonna go ahead and take that leg forward, and then we're gonna take it back. Good. Take that leg forward for 2, and take it back for 2. Good, so notice this time, hand needs to stay here in front. It will help you, but again, if you want to come up to your elbow here, let your top of your arm stay down. You can do that, and that'll give you a little bit more control if you like that. So we're taking that leg forward and back. Good, working here. We're almost there. Okay, so we have 4 more. And last 3. Good, last 2. Good, last 1 here. We're gonna take that foot back, hold it back. Flex your top foot. We're gonna do a little pulse up and down of that leg. It's small, it's controlled, good. This is where I like to kind of get a little bit more balance too, because I know I'm only lifting that leg very slowly and controlled, so I'm not moving anything else. So I don't really need the help of the top hand. I can usually just stay in balance, right? So we're gonna stay for 4, 3, 2, abs tighter, 1, okay. Good, take that foot down. Let's go ahead and bend the knees in, and we're gonna help ourselves come up here. And then as we do, we're gonna go to the other side the way that we came into this. So we're gonna come into the mermaid leg here. I want your top foot to be in front, making sure that foot comes over toward that knee, other knee opens. Ground down that right hip a little bit and twist to your left. All right, so we're twisting. That should feel really good. But then here we're gonna really make sure our hands are planted. And then the left arm that's back, that's gonna stay. So the back hand, the hand that's toward me goes behind your back, okay? That way when you come down here, you can come down, you're turning toward the mat, and then you press yourself back up. So it's a little push-up. We're using a lot of tricep here to come down and up. Good. So abs are in tight. Belly is pulled in and up. Get to finish off this side. It always seems a lot harder on the last finishing off side. 4 more. Good. And we have 3. Here's your last 2. We're gonna hold the last one. We have to hold it, hold it, hold it. I know the arm is like, oh, really? We have to hold. And this top leg, this is our right leg. It's gonna come up and down and up. I'm keeping that whole knee and foot together as I lift and lower and lift and lower. Come on, stay with me. Every time you lift, can you contract your abs tighter? Yes, you're almost there. 4 more. I know this is a lot. Yes, come on, 3. We're doing great. Last 2. Beautiful job, last 1. Oh, good. And hand can come down to help you, and you can come back up. Good. So we're gonna go ahead, this time we're gonna rock, we're gonna take the legs in front so we can rock back. So we did a lot on our hands, and this way, if you feel like there's too much tension on the wrists, You can always come down to your forearms. We're gonna do a reverse plank since we did side planks and planks. Extend the legs out in front. Now, hands are gonna be about a foot away from your body with your hands turned into your feet. Your shoulders are gonna come back and you're gonna open the chest. This is a good way to stay too, okay? If it doesn't feel good to lift all the way up, if it does feel good to lift all the way up, tilt the feet forward or push the feet forward, get the shoulders way back and hold here. So my head, I like to keep it back to open the chest, right? That's how we kind of get a little bit more of that back bend and opening. If you like your chin in like this, keep your chin in, okay? Up to you, whatever is working for you, okay? So holding here, one more breath, and then we're gonna go ahead and lower down. So second time we come into our side plank, again, feel free to come back to your hands or you can lower down to your forearms and you can lift your hips that way, okay? I'm gonna come back to my hands. I like the feeling of being on my hands, I don't know. So lift up, reverse plank, shoulders back, and belly in, hips up high. Now, we did a lot of glute work with the leg straight. I want you to be able to do a little bit of movement here where we lift right leg up using the quads and then take that leg down. So we're gonna do a lift, lift, and a lower down, right? We're gonna keep alternating sides, so I'm doing right leg, and then left leg. Good, can you keep your belly button pulled into your spine? Pull it in a little bit tighter. It's really hard to stay like this, I know. One more each side. Good, last one. And feet down, lift higher. And then lower down through the spine. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move the feet to one side. And this way we can make our way forward to open up a little bit more. So here I want you to just come down to your face, really, down to your belly. So you're gonna have your hands stacked on top of each other for your forehead to rest down on. And then here, while you're holding, I want you to start, because we already pushed with the hands to lift up. I don't want you to move anywhere else except that I want you to lift the legs up off the mat and then lower down. And as you exhale, lift your legs up, abs in tight, and lower down. So you feel that lift here every time we get that lift and that lower here. And lift and lower, nice. And we're gonna do 4 more. Can you draw your abs just a little bit tighter in? Yes, we can. So we have 5 more. Good, and 4. Last 3. 2 more. And 1, and then from here, legs come down, tops of the feet are down. Lift your head up, look forward, keep your hands attached here as you hold. Good, and stay here. And then can you bring your elbows to your side and just keep yourself exactly where you are. And now lift your legs up again and lower down and exhale. Scoop your belly button to spine and lift. And down, nice. We're gonna stay here for 5 more. Good, last 4. 3 more. And 2, hold at the top. Good, can you take your feet out a little bit? Bring them back in. Take your feet out a little bit and squeeze back in. We have 4 more like this. Good, 3 more. We have our last 2 and last 1. Nice, and then from here, hands can come down. You can go ahead and let your forearms come in front of you to stretch back a little bit more. So my hands are down, my shoulders are back, my chest is open. And that way I'm pressing down with the tops of the feet. It's a good way to stay. But we're gonna take it further to another plank. Last one, I promise. So you're gonna tuck your toes in, you're gonna scoop your belly in and off the mat, and you're gonna lift up into your plank. So crown of the head is forward, and we're holding here. Now again, if this isn't working for you and you need your knees down, keep your knees down. We're gonna stay here. Good, abs in tight. We have 4, a count of 4, right? 3 and 2. And then knees are gonna come down. You're gonna move your feet to one side. You're gonna walk your hands in so that you can sit down on your mat. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna swivel the feet in front of us. Good, so feet are in front. We're gonna take our hands behind our knees. I'm just gonna turn to face you while we're doing this. So we're gonna have our hands behind our knees and we're gonna lift our feet to balance. Shoulders are back and down, chest is up. So we're trying to move the chest toward the thighs and the thighs to the chest. So it's like a combined helping thing. If you need one foot down or you need extra help with this, you can always take it. Shoulders stay down. Lift the chest. Good. So we're going to kind of take it into our single leg stretch, which we did earlier, right? We're going to stretch the right leg really long and bring it down. And left leg really long. This is where I must need to stretch, right? Because one leg or both legs, neither one want to stretch. So that's just the way it works sometimes. And it's morning, right? So our bodies have to work differently. So we're lengthening, getting that length here, lifting up the chest. Now, if you want to make this a little bit harder, reach the arms in front so that you're not holding here. You can always keep your hands back behind your knees to help you, okay? One foot can always stay down on the mat too if you need more help, okay? So we're gonna just continue on with this. We are gonna finish off with our last 4. Good. And 3. And 2. And 1. And now we're gonna extend our legs out, okay? This is what I always like to work on because I feel like we get into those tight places a little bit more. So if you flex your feet and you engage, you're ready here. If you're really tight, you're gonna feel like, whoa, I'm stretching here, getting that length. So front of the thigh to the back, I want you to lift your chest. Take your hands down at your sides. See if you can lift your feet right off the mat with straight legs. So we're working, but our hands are helping, right? We're just lifting any amount. We're using the legs, not the abs. Use the legs. Lift, 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 lift. And then bring it down. So that's a good way to work, right? If you want to do one where your hands come up off the mat, go ahead. I'm gonna, again, just show this one. We're gonna lift the legs again. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the chest up. Work the legs up any amount. Use the legs. The legs are working, right? The feet are flexed. And then lower down. Very nice. Lift up and lengthen all the way through the spine. We're going to take the right hand down, left arm reach up and over to that side. And we'll go to the other side. Getting that side body open a little bit. So bending that bottom hand and then coming up here. Both legs are going to come in. So we really added a lot of stretching to the legs here. So we're gonna add a little bit more. I want you to keep your right knee in and extend your left leg out. So we're holding that here. Keep the lift of the chest, and you can hold on to this leg here, but it usually helps to bring your hands here. My hands are really light, so I'm not actually using my abs, or I'm using my abs, I'm not using my hands, I'm not pushing down. So my chest is up. I'm gonna take my left leg, I'm gonna bend that leg and stretch it out. I'm gonna bend that leg in and stretch it out. So here's where we get extra hip flexor work. Abs are in. I'm also feeling my quads really working here, which is also when it's like, how can it be so much work to stay like that, right? So we're gonna do one more like this and then hold the leg out, flex the foot here. I want you to lift the leg up a little, take it down a little. So it lifts up a little and down. If you're like, oh my gosh, I can't lift this leg anymore, that's a lot of quads, you can always take the hand behind the leg, right? The hand can help. We're gonna stay here for 4. Oh, burning already. 3. Here we go. 2 more. Very nice, everybody. Last one. Put the foot down. Extend the other leg. Stretch forward a little bit. And then come back up. Good. So this time the left knee comes in towards you. So that knee is in toward the chest. chest, okay? The other leg is out. This is where, again, holding here helps you keep your chest up, but if you hold here, you're using your abs, right? I'm not pushing away, so I'm drawing my abs in really tight, trying to get my chest to thigh, thigh to chest. My other leg is gonna come in and out, right? And it's working here to that stretch, bend and stretch, but if I need help with it, hand can always help it, right? It can always be there. It doesn't have to be, but it's your bonus. If you like it, you get it, right? Why not? So we're gonna do our last two like this, and last one, and hold the leg out, flex the foot, little lift and lower, little lift and lower. Now hand, oh, it might need to really help because this might feel like that leg is barely moving, right? Abs are in tight. We can do this. We're almost there, okay? So it's just a lift and a lower for 4. You're doing great. Come on, 3. We can do it. 2. Last one, and foot comes down and legs extend, and we come back up all the way up to the top. So this is where we get that nice leg. Arms reach, and we come up all the way up, and then interlock your fingers overhead and reach, reach, reach. Good, and then from here, we're gonna go ahead and release the hands down. And we're gonna take the knees in here, and we're gonna keep the feet planted on the mat. So hands are at the knees, and we're gonna just lift the chest. Again, holding here. Now this time, we're gonna take the hands behind the knees to lift the feet and balance, and we wanna see if we can get both legs to stretch, which hopefully, they're warmer now, right? So we're gonna lengthen up and take it down. You can bring the feet together here, so you keep the feet together as you lift and lower, right? If you need help, when you take your feet a little wider, it might feel like you have more control. Whatever is working for you here, I want you to be able to use the front of the thigh, the quadricep, lengthen here. The chest stays up, the shoulders stay down, and we have 4 more. Nice. 3 more. Good. Last 2. And last 1, and feet down. And then when the feet come down here, we're going to take the feet together. Walk the feet in a little bit closer, and we can take the knees out to the side. Here's where you can let your hands stay behind you. If you want to keep that lift of the chest, the shoulders stay back, and the knees open out. If you like the hands to stay in front of you here, they can stay in front too. Whatever is working as you're here. Good. And we're staying here. Seeing if we can balance a little bit more maybe. Maybe we can add that. Good. So you're gonna wrap your first 2 fingers and thumb around the right big toe, and you're gonna extend the right leg out. Or maybe it's not staying as long. So maybe you want to hold behind the leg and stretch it really long. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch to the other side. So I want you to hold with your first 2 fingers and thumb, wrap around the big toe and lengthen the leg up. Lift the chest, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Oh, maybe that leg's not that lengthened. Hand can come behind the leg, and that works too, right? So I'm trying to flex the foot and lengthen up. Hold for another breath. And then we're gonna take it down. Very nice. And from here, we're just gonna cross the legs at the ankles, and we're gonna fold forward from the hips, and we're gonna walk it all the way out in front. This is always a really nice stretch and a big hip opener. So really nice to get to at the end of our practice, right? So staying for another breath, and we're gonna go ahead and walk the hands in. When we walk the hands in here, I want you to come back into that side stretch. So we're gonna take the right hand down, left arm up and over, over, over. See if you can get into that side, and then come back up, and we'll go to the other side. And then from here, we're gonna take another breath, come all the way back up, change the cross of the legs. So we change it. And now we get to fold forward with it again. So this gives us a little bit of a change, but we still get to open in the hips as we walk the hands out, which is always a really good way to get in a little bit deeper. So we're getting our forward folds happening, but just that cross of the legs changes it a little bit. Stay for another breath. And then from here, gently walk your hands back in. This time we're gonna come into a twist. We're gonna reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. So you're gonna take your left hand to the outside of the knee, other hand, the hand that's behind you is lifted up like this a little bit. So you don't wanna push all the way down or else you'll be leaning back. I want you to lift up really tall and pull the belly in as you twist. And then let's go ahead and reach up, inhale, exhale, other side. Pull your belly in, twist through the waist, ribs, and chest. Get that turn just a little bit more. Always feels good to get that in. Then for the rest of our day, we'll feel really good about moving our spine, right? Coming back to center, and then interlock your fingers behind you. See if you can lengthen your arms all the way. So you want to pull. So if I'm facing in the side, I'm going to pull my hands away from my body. I'm going to lift my hands up and hold here. Good. And then that way, if it feels good, I can always come forward a little bit and take my arms higher. It's up to you. See where you get in this. And then with your next breath, you can gently pull yourself up to the top. Good. And we're going to go ahead and take one more big breath in here. So lengthen and stretch and reach up to the top. Really lengthen all the way up. Shoulders stay down. And exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Great job this morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining me.